Hello everyone, and welcome to the 10K Q&A. I did one of these back when I had 1K subscribers, and it was a much easier workload, so I'm sorry that this took about 2 weeks to make, but I wanted to give time for questions to amass and for me to be able to edit all this and put it all together without having to crunch. I was also rather busy, but that's neither here nor there. So without any further ado, let's get on to the first few questions, shall we? Raptor Rex asks, what is your favorite 1x ability? Probably Rejuvenate the Rotten, even though it's not as helpful as you'd think. All they need to do is fix the AI pathing so that it stops eating walls, and 1x becomes unstoppable in the endgame. Cola the Hater asks, to celebrate 50k, will you sing the Forsaken song? I mean, if I make it there in a fair amount of time, probably. It would be funny. Avari895 asks, what software or methods do you use to record your Roblox gameplay and voice? I've been wanting to do something similar, but don't know the proper mechanics and junk. This is a very good question. So my recording software that I use is Shadowplay, and then for separate audio recordings of my voice, I use Audacity. But NVIDIA Shadowplay has voice recording intrinsically, so for most of it, I don't need to do much editing. Honey Lavender Roses asks, do you ever plan on doing a video where you play with your fans? Just curious. Apologies for my English, it isn't my first language. First off, you're fine. It came across very clearly what the message was. Give yourself some credit. Second off, I most of the time leave my joins on, it's just that the same usual crowd joins me. I don't know if I would call them fans, I think they're more so friends at this point, but people are more than welcome to join if they see me online, provided I've actually accepted the friend request, which there is a lot in the backlog nowadays. Spy Cow asks, what do you think about the king? I think he's going to be interesting to balance considering he is huge, but I'm very excited to see how he plays, and I know for a fact that he's getting a Titanfall 2 skin where the mech is a Ronin, and I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be really cool. One Coder asks, what made you come to Forsaken in the first place? I remember seeing some footage during pre-alpha testing and thought it looked fun. And then I saw the hero emote and thought that it was really goofy and said, you know what, I want to run that when I play this game. And from there it just kinda took off. Kanaj White asks, do you think Hong Lu's Kanto and Limbus will be just as good, if not better, than Don Quixote's? Also, who's your favorite sinner? I'll answer that latter part first, it's Yi-Sung. But considering how Project Moon has consistently upped the ante each Kanto, it wouldn't surprise me if Hong Lu's is somehow more peak than the end of Kanto 7, which is a very, very high bar to clear. Gregorian III asks, have you ever played the Earthbound or Mother games? I have not played any of them, but I do know about their pop culture impact, and I probably will be using some of the skins for them once they're released. V-Player asks, how long does it take you to record and edit videos? This is a good question. It depends. For recording, normally I just spend an afternoon playing and I use what good clips I have, and if I have enough of a certain kind, I can put it into a video. That's why a lot of my Survivor and Killer videos are just of that character. However, my editing really just goes with how motivated I am to edit at the time, or if I have the free time to do so. For example, I could have done this a week ago. I chose to sit and let it wait a week in case any new comments came through. Glad I did. Vern asks, any chances of making a Discord of your own? No. The long and short of it is no. I don't know how I would manage it, I don't think I necessarily have enough of an audience, and I don't know what having a Discord would accomplish, really. Because I do want to keep a certain amount of distance between myself and my audience. No offense to you all, you guys are amazing, and I'm very happy you're here, but I do have my own business to take care of. Ice King asks, are you ever going to do another Milestone video soon? My next one that I'm planning is 25,000, but at the current point that I'm uploading this, which would be, I believe, 14,000, I do not have a plan for it yet. But that gives me a whole 11,000 subscribers worth of time, so about like 2.5 weeks at the rate of growth that I am somehow spiking. I'll figure it out. Supernova asks, opinion on Isaac Newton and his laws?
Fact is, Walter White couldn't have done it without me. I was indispensable. I kept Walter White out of jail. I laundered his money, I lied for him, I conspired with him, and I made millions.
2 people asked, why are you misfiring instead of firing correctly, and do I truly misfire? No. The story behind my name is that, like, I think it was when I was 14, I wanted a cooler username online, and I really like guns. And I'm very good with gun safety, so I thought, it's kind of ironic if I went by the name Misfire, and it sounds cool, and then I just put I's instead of 1's, and there you go. I have a 2010s era Xbox gamer tag, and it's served me well ever since. A couple different people asked Survivor and killer-related questions, so let me address them all at once. Most played is definitely Elliot, least played is definitely 2-time. My favorite would probably be Guess, least favorite is pre-rework 2-time, because I don't know how close that is to launching. You can probably figure out why. I played Elliot on launch because no one was playing healer, I play Guess now because he's fun. 2-time, currently, is just a character, with no abilities, and theoretically 10% more health. It's lame. I don't very much like it. I'd rather be able to, keep people alive, aside from just with my looping ability. A couple people asked if I could add something to Forsaken, what would it be? Be it a collaboration, a game mechanic, or whatever. My answer would just be some better netcode, which would affect, I know, Roblox as a whole, but I still see a lot of people like, oh, that definitely didn't hit me, to the point that even the killer will be like, yeah, wow, that was a stretch. And I think that having lower latency in servers would be nice. But then again, this is coming from someone who played Street Fighter 6 with that delicious, buttery rollback where everything was really smooth. A lot of people asked if I had any tips for getting into voice acting, or to find out how I improv so well, or to not laugh while doing takes. Well, for that last part, the secret is, I don't. I end up laughing a lot, it's just that I can cut it out, or if I do enough takes, the comedy kind of wears off. As for improv, I just kind of have a naturally dramatic dialect and reaction to things, which definitely helps. But it's very easy to get into character. Speaking of which, for voice acting, get into character. Bounce off of and play off of the people around you. It makes it a lot easier to get emotionally invested, and that definitely comes across in the quality of voice acting. Also, get, a studio mic. Preferably one without, springs on the arm, because then if you do any movement at all, you get a bump, and it sounds really bad. And just keep at it. Do it for fun, and then you get better at it. That's all, really. That's at least what worked for me. But then again, I got really lucky. A few people wanted to know what my goals are for the channel, or my biggest motivations and voice acting goals. I'm just doing this for fun. So, however the channel ends up, I'm fine with that. I'm very grateful that it's doing well, and it's earning me enough to very much stay afloat now, which I'm trying to put back into the community around me. So I guess at this point it would be seeing how far I can run with it, and continuing to make good content. As for voice acting, again, it's also just something I'm doing for a hobby. I would like to get very good at it, because I'm a perfectionist and I'd like to get very good at everything, but I understand that I'm probably not going to be doing it for a career, despite my best efforts, and that's okay. Autumnal Reaper would like to know, what are my tastes in music? That is a can of worms question, because there's a lot to talk about there, but basically everything except country. A couple people asked about my favorite video that I've made, or my favorite next upcoming project, and it's hard to answer, because there's a lot of highlights from older videos that I really like, in particular the the opening to the first highlight reel that has never gotten a sequel, the Sonic Underground thing. I was cackling the entire time I made that, and then I went out and made a logo for it that's a knockoff of the actual Sonic Underground one. As for upcoming projects, I'm just glad that I get to make what I make. I am very excited for an upcoming voice project, but I can't go into too much detail about it now, aside from leaving a voice line here for you guys to scour and figure out on your own time. I'd also like to call attention to the "Please don't die on January 2nd, 2078" by a falling elephant. If my name has been written in a death note for that specific method, okay, I'd die in my 60s. I think I've got plenty of time, but I will try not to die by falling elephant. Thank you for the warning. And that should be it. That's all the questions that were actual questions. There were a couple of joke ones that I got a laugh out of, but I'm not gonna answer them. Thank you very much for everything so far and for watching this, and I hope that I'll be able to keep working on all this and that you'll be there to see what I have in store. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. M1 out.